Hey, all you creatures from cyberspace. Thanks for joining me, Mark, from the Grave Talk podcast. I'm going to do a quick look at the Retro Jason from NECA, exclusive to GameStop. Now, before there was a video game from Gun Media on the PS1, Xbox, and PC, there was the 1989 NES game, where Jason appeared for the first time in a video game console in all his purple glory. He would get to reprise that costume again in the Gun Media version as a throwback, which was really nice. And as you can see here, this Jason is going to be modeled after Part 3's Jason. So let's take a look here. I'm going to open up the box. We're going to see what comes inside. Now, the first thing you're going to notice right away is that when you open up the flap there, you're going to get a nice jingle from the NES game. It's going to get real repetitive real quick, though. It is a nice touch, but you're going to want to close that lid. And if you take it out of the box, that little noisemaker is just going to keep going on and on and on. So you're going to want to get him out of the box quick. So the detail on this figure is pretty well done. They've got the mask detail. You can see detail in his outfit. Also included is his axe from movie 3, along with his iconic machete. Also included, floating head. Yes, that's right. His mother in the video game is known as Floating Head. Doesn't every dead boy who's drowned want to have a floating head of his mother? Of course you do. So even though he's all purple, I gotta say I still like his face sculpt. I think the colors of his eyes look really good against that purple. We still get a lot of detail around the eyes. Nothing's really lost here, even if there's not a paint job done, but there is some black around the eyes to give it a little bit of that punctuation of creepy, dead, whatever Jason is type stare. The figure is pretty good. The limbs seem to attach. They've got a pretty good resistance when moving. One of the legs, as you can see here, is a little floppy, but it does not affect his ability to stand up, so at least that's not a problem. Definitely got to lean him back in that haunch that he would do in movie 3 to get him to stand up. The weapons themselves fit pretty well into the hands, and you are going to have a nice looking Jason on any display that you may be putting him against. All in all, I think this is a really solid figure. If you're a fan of the franchise or a fan of that original NES game, you're going to want to pick this up at $24.99. It's really not that big of an ask when it comes to action figures and collectibles these days. Good amount of detail in the figure, stands up on its own. The box is great. It's a wonderful representation of the original NES game. So this is Mark saying, pick this up if you're a fan of Jason Voorhees. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.